Hey, Geek Report fans, Steve Heumann here with Andrew Schvanevldt, and we decided to do a little special video today. It's a little bit of a surprise because there were some big announcements this week.
Well, it was a bit of a surprise that we heard what the lineup for DC's cinematic universe is going to be through 2020.
I know, that's huge. And they didn't do it at New York Comic Con.
2 movies a year, with the exception of a solo Batman film and a solo Superman film that haven't had a release date yet. And I think that was really smart, too, because they know that Superman and Batman will generate buzz.
Yeah,
and
easily.
It was smart to put these dates out with these lesser characters to go, oh, yeah, now we can focus the light on Shazam or on Aquaman.
Okay,
know?
What was your biggest surprise from this unveiling?
I think a Suicide Squad movie coming next year.
Yes, right after
immediately
Batman,
following Batman versus Superman. And the fact that they got a guy named David Ayer, maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. He's got a movie in theaters recently called Fury, the tank movie, World War II. He's an excellent director, an excellent writer, and I think that his style just fits perfectly with Suicide Squad, and I can't wait to see those guys.
I think this was a very calculated move on Warner Brothers' part, I think, because of the success of Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think that Suicide Squad will probably have sort of that feel, but darker, because obviously they're villains, they're assassins. And I think that would be perfect if they had a fun movie, but that was a dark comedy. I think that's a win, in my opinion, if they go that route.
I think they'll definitely have some comedy to it, but I don't expect a lot of comedy from the Suicide Squad, because
they'll blow you away.
It's kind of grim.
Yeah,
I mean, it is kind of grim.
But it's fun too. It's a fun premise of sending these expendable supervillains out to get shot and killed. For me, the next big surprise was the fact that they didn't tout it as Justice League and then Justice League 2. It's Justice League Part 1 and Justice League Part 2. So do you think that they're going to continue into each other, and how does that affect the movies in between? Because in between that, you have the Flash and the Aquaman movie as well.
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that, if they're going to continue into each other or not, because, yeah, you're right, you have like a year in between Part 1 and Part 2, and how are you going to go out and film those other stories? Are they going to be prequels to what's happening?
That's what I was wondering.
I don't know.
Yeah, that really caught my eye, and then the fact that they're bringing in a new Green Lantern, which obviously won't play off of the lackluster Green Lantern that came out a few years ago.
Now let me toss
I want to hear your theory
your
here.
way about Green Lantern. Now, recently in the Justice League comic book, just as recently as this week, Jeff Johns has created an all-new Green Lantern
I was wondering if you're going to bring
character.
that up. The Jessica Cruz, the Latina who is Power Ring, that they're hinting at might become a Green Lantern. And there are some theories out there that she, in fact, might be the Green Lantern in the movie,
Do you
which
think
is crazy.
that's a coincidence that they
I don't
announced
know.
all of this at the same time?
I don't know. I honestly don't know how to respond to that.
I think that would be smart, because you get more female superheroes and you get more diversity within the universe, and you show, Marvel, it's like we've been saying we want a Black Widow movie, and they say no, we don't want to do that.
We already know from this there's going to be a Wonder Woman
here's
movie.
Here's DC coming out with Wonder Woman, and they could very well have a female Green Lantern. I think that would be excellent.
Which up until this morning, when I first kind of heard the rumblings of this, I would have bet my next paycheck on the fact that it was going to be Jon Stewart. But now with this, it's kind of like, oh, that would be interesting, and it would definitely set them apart, which is exactly what Warner Brothers has to do. This cannot be reminiscent of Marvel. It has to be its own thing. And I think that they're going, obviously, a much more serious route. They proved that with Man of Steel, that it's not all ha-ha comedy kind of light like a lot of the Marvel fare has been. This seems to be a lot more serious with everything that they kind of do.
I mean, it's still got some humor to it, absolutely. But
Man of Steel definitely
it is a little bit more.
Yeah, you're not going to have a Batman movie.
I say grim again. I mean, really, it's like, and that kind of bugs me a little bit too, because Batman is supposed to be grim, but the rest of them, I think you can have a little bit of fun, especially Superman.
Yeah, and I hope that they bring that in with Batman versus Superman. That they'll have it. Obviously, they've done it with the suit, because you can tell they've lightened up Superman's suit. And I hope that they show off that contrast. Well, this is just our opinion. Feel free to comment. We want to hear your comments about what you guys think of all these big news. And we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff as we prep for Season 2 for the Geek Report. So keep it here. Watch all of our stuff. Become a, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Fan, a follower?
No, with the thing where you click on the thing on YouTube and you subscribe.
Yeah!
That's the word I'm looking for. Subscribe to all of our videos. And remember, everybody, we're all a geek about something.